bones and its large tissue that makes up the structure of our body. This is articular cartilage, which covers the bone to form the synovial joint. This is the synovial membrane, which is the soft tissue that is found between the joint capsule and the synovial joints. This is the joint cavity, which surrounds the joint, which is made of fibrous articular capsule and the inner synovial membrane. The joint cavity contains the synovial fluid. The synovial fluid is yolk-like consistency that reduces friction between the articular cartilage and the synovial joint. This is the periosteum, which has a dense layer of vascular connective tissue that surrounds the bones except for the surface of the joints. The first class lever is found between the skull and the atlas vertebrae of the spine, and this is the movement of the first class lever. The second class lever raises the body on its toes. The third class lever is abduction of the bicep. So the origin is the attachment to the less movable bone, which would be right here by your bicep. The assertion is the attachment to the movable bone, which would be right here by your bicep. Range of motion is a machine that stretches the back of muscles, and this would be a range of motion. The ball and socket joint is a joint that lies in a socket allowing movement and rotation of the arm. The fulcrum is a hinge or a point of support. The load is a weight or burden. And the applied force or effort is the force acting on an object. The mechanical advantage occurs when the force input outweighs the output force, so which this would make this even. The joint is the synovial joint, where one of the bones forming the joint is shaped like a saddle, with the other bone resting on it like a rider on a horse. Are the axis of a convex articular surface, which is parallel with the longitudinal axis of the bone, and this would be a pivot joint. Condylar joint permits movement in 2 planes, along flexion, extension, adduction, abduction, and circumduction. A hitch joint bone permits motion only in 1 plane. Gliding joint is between bones that meet a flat or nearly flat articular surfaces. The diathesis is a freely movable joint.